The Blood of the Dawnwalker is an open-world dark fantasy action RPG game created by Rebel Wolves, a completely new studio based out of Poland. This studio is founded by ex-CD Projekt Red developers, including Konrad Tomaskowicz. I hope I got that name right. If you guys don't know who he is, he basically directed The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, one of my favorite games of all time. The game is built with Unreal Engine 5 and it is scheduled to launch on September 3rd, 2026. For pretty much all current gen platforms, except for Switch 2. And it is said to be a very large game. The developers have said that the estimated length of this game in a single playthrough lasts around 40 to 50 hours. I assume that the replayability is going to be high because of the many quests and outcomes, and how you spend your time, which is a resource in this game. We will talk about that in a bit. If you guys like such content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's get started with the setting first. The story takes place in the kingdom of Vale Sangora. This region is inspired by the Carpathian Mountains during the 14th century, amid the Black Death and widespread war. As humanity got weak, vampires emerged from their hiding. From the first trailer, we can see that the king being executed by the vampires and them taking over Vale Sangora. The aesthetics of this game draws heavy inspirations from Eastern European folklore, and as a Witcher fan, I love this setting. Of course, I have nothing against Greek mythology and Roman mythology and all, but there is something unique, raw and gritty about Eastern European mythos. Let's talk about the protagonist of this game. We play as Cohen, a lowly peasant who later is transformed into a Dawnwalker, a being that is human by day and has the abilities of a vampire during night. Vampires are only able to come out during nighttime, which makes Cohen unique as a Dawnwalker. This unique transformation is the result of Cohen working in the silver mines and having silver in his bloodstream. His main goal is to save his family from the vampire overlords of the Vale, while deciding how much of his humanity is retained. Like I said, Cohen is a Dawnwalker. The gameplay mechanics rely heavily on this day and night duality. During the daytime, Cohen is human and uses swords and other weapons to deal with enemies. As far as fantastical elements in combat is concerned, Cohen has access to witchcraft, dark powers that are used to damage your enemies. Certain open world activities are tied to Cohen's human form, like haunted sites, and certain quest options are also tied to human form as well, like Compel Soul, which can be used to talk to the dead. During nighttime, Cohen becomes a vampire and uses his vampiric powers. The key advantage as a vampire is it unlocks traversal abilities that was not available to him as a human being. This creates new paths that was inaccessible in the daytime. In combat, Cohen now has his claws that can be used to fight enemies. You still have access to the sword as a vampire as well. And most importantly, we get some kick-ass vampire abilities like Voracious Bite, Piercing Shriek and more. This isn't just cosmetic. The game is designed around radically different playstyles depending on the time of day, and I freaking love this concept. Perhaps the most divisive mechanic in the game is the narrative timer. I am still not convinced with this. We still have to see how it works when the game comes out. Basically, you have 30 days and 30 nights to complete your mission. Your main mission specifically, to save your family. However, it is not a countdown timer, meaning time won't move forward if you just stand still or simply roam around. Time advances mainly through decision making in quests, open world activities, and even level progression, as unlocking certain skills require time. Basically, time is seen as a resource than a timer. You have 8 units of time per day and 8 units of time during the night time. When you do activities in game that consume this resource, time moves forward. This means players are constantly deciding which opportunities are worth pursuing. I can understand this mechanic for quests and open world activities, but skills being locked behind time is still I'm still not convinced by this. It takes a bit of convincing to get me on board. I hope Rebel Wolves can get the economy of this right when they release the game. At Summer Game Fest, one of the most surprising revelations is that the Blood of the Dawnwalker is the first chapter of a larger saga. In the trailer, they showed Cohen in a modern attire in a present day setting. This raised a lot of eyebrows for a lot of people, but me personally, I kind of love this reveal. Like, just think about it. A vampire adventure set in a steampunk setting would be awesome. Or a futuristic cyberpunk setting. That would be also kick-ass, right? I don't know where they're taking this sort of concept, but I'm on board. Anyways, guys, we have to wait and see what these guys are cooking. If the final game delivers on its promise, the Blood of the Dawnwalker could be one of the most interesting RPGs to come out in 2026. A blend of Witcher, vampire mythology, time management mechanics, and a choice-driven storytelling wrapped into a dark medieval open world. And like this video. Also guys, I managed to beat The Witcher 3 using only signs, with no swords, no armor, no bombs, on the hardest difficulty, Death March. So check that video as well. See ya.